So this video is titled 20 Things I Learned from My Marriage and Divorce. I'm just gonna jump right in with number one. Always make and save your own money. Now I know that a lot of people, when they think of marriage, they think of coming together, they think of maybe the woman is at home and the guy is working, and the woman, doesn't really have to do anything but depend on him, and he should provide. And while I agree with that narrative, I also think that it is important for a woman to have her own money. You should always have your own money. You should always make your own money. You should always have something for yourself, because I mean, at the end of the day, you can love people to the moon and back, but you never know what's going to happen. You never know if your husband's going to pass away. You never know if you're going to be in a position to where he ain't got no job and you got to hold things down. So I believe you should always make and save your own money. That is just non-negotiable for me at this point. That's why I date, but I really can't take anything seriously, because I know that for me, finances are like my biggest struggle, like no lie. Money management, making money, making more money, those are my things that I'm just not, those are my weaknesses. So I can't even say that I feel confident in like taking something serious because of that. You should always make and save your own money. Number two, my needs do not make me selfish or shallow. I used to think that me wanting to be with someone who looked a certain way, or who treated me a certain way, or who made me feel a certain way, who talked to me a certain way, who possessed certain attributes that I find important. I used to think that made me shallow, and I would find myself, I don't know if other women do this, but I find myself a lot of times, even now I struggle with this, where there'll be a guy that is extremely attractive, who is attracted to me, and I won't take him seriously because I'll automatically assume that he's problematic or he's gonna come with all this baggage. So I'll talk to the guy who isn't as attractive, who doesn't have as much going on, but he seems safer. And that has done nothing but put me in bad relationship after bad relationship after bad relationship, because I'm not compatible with the other guy. He's just a safer pick. So thinking that being attracted to a guy who makes money because you're making your own money. So there's nothing wrong with you being attracted to a man who makes money, right? Being attracted to somebody who makes money, being attracted to someone who is secure in himself, who loves himself, who has a lot going for himself, that doesn't make you shallow. It doesn't make you a gold digger. It doesn't mean that you're just out to get somebody. It means that you want someone who embodies what you feel like you embody. And I may not have my money yet, but I mean, as far as work ethic, as far as ambition goes, as far as making things happen, I mean, out of thin air, I do that all the time. So I feel like I should be with someone who possesses the same things, and that does not make me shallow for that. And I will not let anyone ever make me feel like that makes me shallow ever again. And I will never feel the need ever again in my life to date below my own standards because he's nice, or because he's sweet sometimes, or because he's not like this or not like that or whatever. You just gonna be what I need, what I like, and that's that. And I like what I like. Just like men have their preferences and no one shames them, and everyone's always like, they can have their preferences on light and dark, they can have their preferences on flat and big, they can have their preferences on short and tall. So can you, and I do. So as for me personally, my needs and wants do not make me shallow. Number three, that I definitely need to work on my money management. I am a nickel and dimer. I'm one of those people who, when I get money, I think, okay, so I need this, 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 I need it. And I think to myself, I need it all now, so I'll be okay for now. And then next thing you know, I don't have any money. That's just a real realization that I had to be honest with myself about, is that I am a nickel and dimer. I will nickel and dime until I'm broke. And it is bad. I don't go spending outrageous amounts of money on clothes and shoes and bags and stuff like that. I literally will pack the house with groceries because I'm afraid we're gonna be hungry. I will pay off all of the credit cards because I'm like, I just don't want to have that on my credit. Like, I just have like those, that's my thing. I would nickel and dime, so I have to work on my money management. Number four, never be complacent. Always look for new things to learn and new ways to grow. That way you never get old to your mate. This is something that I learned by watching what my spouse did and how I didn't like it. I am not one-dimensional at all. I will say that I'm a creature of habit in some ways, but in most ways, I shake it up every day. You will never know what I'm thinking. You'll never know. You'll never know. It's going, surprise! Surprise! I'm a new woman today. It's a new wig. It's a new girl. What are we doing today, babe? Oh, you want to go skydiving? I'm with the shits. Yes, I am. And I learned also, this is just another way to say be more open and more receptive to new experiences. I'm not here to bash my exes, none of them, but I will say that in a relationship, if you only say no to everything that your significant other is suggesting, sooner or later your significant other is going to say no to you in all the ways that you want them to say yes, because you have denied them in every single way. You cannot do that in a relationship, especially not in your marriage. In your marriage, you have to learn to say yes, even if it makes you uncomfortable. Now, if it's for your safety, if it's for your personal boundaries, if it's things like that, then you have every right to say no, and the person you're with should respect that. But if it's just because you haven't tried it before, or because you don't want to, or because it's something that you're not interested in, you're being selfish, and that's not okay in a marriage. Especially when you're asking the person that you're with to deny those parts of themselves for you, but you're not willing to do the same thing for them on any levels. You're selfish, and that's not healthy. It's gonna ruin your relationship. So I beg you to learn to change and adapt and to grow and to challenge yourself and the things that you want for yourself, so that you're always learning new things. You want to learn a language, learn a language. So when you with your bae and y'all want to go to a different restaurant, maybe it's in Italian, you can speak that. You can do that. Maybe you go to a Creole place or a French place and you can speak that French. You good. That's sexy. I think it's sexy. I know I'm working on my Spanish and my French, because I want to do those types of things. I don't ever want whoever I'm with in the future, I don't ever want them to look at me and feel bored and feel like they don't have a prize. And I'm not saying like I'm just conditioning myself to be a prize, but I definitely want to be someone who is of high value. And I think that learning different languages and, you know, having different talents and different things that you're working on and different projects and staying busy, that's how you do that. You know what I'm saying? So definitely never get complacent. Number 5, listen. Let me say it again in slow-mo. Listen. Listen to your spouse, your significant other. Listen to them, hear them. And when they say what they say, accept it. Now, I'm saying that and I mean this. If your significant other says, I like when you do this, it doesn't mean you do everything but that, or you tell them, no, that's not what you really like. I know, why do gnats always want to be, where do gnats come from? Like, they're worse than the freaking flies. Where do they come from? What is dead in my house? But just listen to them, hear them out. Like, close your mouth sometimes. You got one mouth and two ears for a reason. Be quiet. Men and women, sometimes we need to learn how to be quiet and listen. And just hear them and just take in what the person that you're with is saying to you, how they feel, how the things that you do affect them. Instead of just, you know, hearing them so you can retort, listen to them. Listen to your significant other. Number 6, learn what he needs as well. Take a genuine interest in his interests. I was so bad at this in my marriage. Oh my God. And I would do it, and I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. I would do it just to piss him off, because he was doing it to me. And I should add, don't do the tit for tat thing. Don't do that in your relationship. That's never a good idea. It's just gonna build a lot of resentment. And I definitely found myself, even though I love sports and I've always loved sports. I've always been interested in sports. I mean, I was a cheerleader. I've dated athletes all through high school, even in middle school. And when I got married and he was just like, he want to watch basketball, so I don't want to watch that with you. Like, it would just make me mad, because I'm like, I don't even want to watch it with you, because you never want to do anything that I want to do. So why would I sit here and watch this basketball game with you, even though I love the Lakers and I'm so happy that they got a whole new team and they about to shut the shit down. You know what I'm saying? I've always been a Laker. And now your favorite is playing a lot, baby. We told them, didn't we? We told them that the Lakers was going to come back, but everybody want to believe us. But I do. I love sports. And I shouldn't have just denied myself that just to be a jerk. I shouldn't have done it, and you shouldn't either. So learn from me, because I be making a lot of mistakes. I did put that in there, that I do make a lot of mistakes, and I want you to learn from me. So do not do that. You know, take an interest in what they're interested in. Those are things that you guys can come together and share, and that'll make your bond even that much stronger. So in the moments of conflict, you have a lot of tender, beautiful, loving moments to reflect on that can be that adhesive when you feel like, I don't even want to deal with your motherfucking ass today. You have something to hold on to. It's like, I remember we was watching that game, you rubbed my feet, and then so-and-so hit that whatever, and then I was like, babe, and then we kissed, and then we did it that night. It was amazing. You know, stuff like that. So just take a genuine interest in what they're interested in, even if it's not sports. So just an example of me. Number 7, and this is a big one. Ambition cannot be taught. I said this in the beginning. I think it was like my number 2 as far as my needs and wants not making me shallow. And these are kind of connected. But ambition cannot be taught. There are some things in relationships, excuse me, there are some things that you cannot teach people how to do. Like that song, teach me how to love, show me the way to surrender my heart, 'cause girl, I'm so lost. No. Okay? No. By the time you're married and you're in this relationship, he should already know how, especially to love you. If you're still teaching those types of things like ambition and love and reciprocity in your marriage, baby, you might as well go see a lawyer, because, or I'm not gonna say that, that's very pessimistic of me, I'm sorry, but you definitely want to go ahead and get you a therapist online and keep them online, because you're gonna be using that number. I guarantee you, you are going to have an uphill battle. Okay, I'm about to get I thought it was my massage thing, but you're gonna have an uphill battle trying to teach someone how to be ambitious, especially if you're ambitious yourself. Anyone who's ambitious knows that that has to be in you. You have to want more for yourself, because if you're only wanting more because the person that you're with requires more in order for you to be with them, the second they're no longer interested in whatever way you're trying to be more, you're gonna lose your momentum, because it was not motivated in self being you. So you definitely have to have your own interests. You definitely have to have your own grit and those things in you, and that comes from a place that you just either got it or you don't. And a lot of people don't have it, and they'll be, you know, inspired by or they'll admire their significant other in that way and want to be with them for that, not knowing that ambitious people need ambitious people. That's just the way that goes. Or you're gonna find yourself, because I'm not saying, look, let me just get my words together. What I'm trying to say, I'm not saying that it couldn't work. I'm just saying it wouldn't be optimal. I'll say that it could work, but it's going to be an uphill battle. You're gonna find yourself like, so have you worked on any of your projects? I mean, have you had any meetings with anybody? Have you posted any videos? Have you gone to the gym? Have you looked for a new job? And I'm not here to be, with all of the things that I'm trying to accomplish for myself, me having to check in with you and continuously keep asking you, have you done this for yourself? Have you done this for yourself? I shouldn't have to be pushing you in that way to make things happen for yourself. You should want them for yourself. And at some point, you're going to seem like more of a burden and a hindrance to the things that I'm trying to accomplish, when I could just be by myself and accomplish those things, or get with somebody who know how to do it. So you definitely want to make sure that if you're the ambitious type, that you're with someone who is just like that, or you're going to find yourself drained. You're going to find yourself empty, and if you can't pour from an empty cup. So if your cup is not full, then how can you help them if they ever need it? And on the flip side of that, if ever your cup becomes less, they can't pour into you because they don't have anything to pour, honey. So you definitely want to get with somebody who got some pep in their step, some get up, some fire under that ass. Get you somebody like that, if that's how you are. Now, if you don't really care, you just want to, you know, do whatever, it don't really matter, go with the flow, blah, 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 blah. Get with somebody like that and y'all will be fine. You got to get with people who are on your level. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, da, 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 da. Well, I don't know, financially and spiritually are different because those things change, but some things, whatever. This is just my opinion. Number 8, love cannot be demanded or one-sided. I found myself in my relationship begging for genuine affection. My ex would only touch me for sex. And that was just, and not even passionate sex, not even loving, caring sex, but just, I mean, just one-sided. He wants to be pleasured. I'm being used as a tool to facilitate him in his pleasure type of sex. I mean, I can't teach passion. I can't teach genuine affection. I can't teach it. And I was getting frustrated because this is just gonna, I don't know if this is too much, but this is real. And I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this, especially women, but in that relationship, I found myself sexually extremely frustrated because none of my needs were being met on a sexual level at all. I was not having orgasms. This is some real ass shit. I was not having orgasms. We were married for 4.5 years, and those 4.5 years of us being married, I did not have an orgasm. He thought that that was my responsibility. And I'm thinking to myself, so what are you here for? Like, if, what? What? You're my husband. You're not just some guy I'm fucking. I mean, and even in those instances, if I'm laying down with you and sharing my body with you, I mean, I don't have to do anything for you to come. The least you could do is just make sure I'm good. He was a very, very selfish lover. And I wanted him to touch me because my love is a physical thing. For me, love is physical because I don't even want to tell it like that. I'm just going to be honest. I can tell if you really love me by how you touch me, because that takes a certain amount of attention being paid to the essence of me. And if you can understand that and you can touch me in that way, only a person who really loves me is gonna know exactly how I need to be touched. You see what I'm saying? And you can't just jump up on me and know how to do that because you don't love me. You haven't studied me. You haven't taken your time with me, so you're not gonna do it right. But after 4.5 years, how much more time do you need? I can't teach that. And he wasn't trying to learn my love languages, and then we bought the books and he wasn't trying to read the books, and you can't do that, and it can't be one-sided. I was the one making the dates that he didn't keep. I was the one doing the romantic evenings. I never got that. I never got, it was just a lot of emptiness in that relationship because I don't think that he didn't do it because he didn't want to. I think that he didn't do it because he didn't have the capacity to. And that's something that maybe I should have explored before we even got married. But I got married because I was pregnant. That's just 110% the honest to God truth. I got married because I was pregnant, and I didn't want to have another baby out of wedlock. I was engaged to my oldest daughter's dad, and I didn't want to, do the same thing over again. And when you get married for the wrong reasons, well, you find out that you married the wrong person. And that's just what happens. So I'll add that in there too. Make sure you're marrying the right person. Didn't expect this to go there, but it did quickly. Yes, it can't be one-sided. You have to give what you expect, and you should never expect more than you give. And if you can't do that, then you don't need to be in a relationship with somebody. Number 9, if he or she is not what you need from day one, walk away. People are who they are. That is so true. Steve Harvey said it on something that I saw on the internet one day, and he was like, if you wouldn't marry that man just how he is from the day that you meet him, then you probably don't even want to entertain a relationship with him. And that's how I date. I look at people, and there are certain tics that I have because I'm very aware in the position, in the ways. I'm very aware of the ways that people can grow. For me, for my judgment, based off of what I think, because for everybody that's different. But for me, I have my own set of standards, and I'm like, okay, so I believe that individuals can grow in this way. I believe that people can adapt in that way. And there are some things that they don't do, that they don't adapt with or very well. Like a person who makes excuses all the time, he's not just gonna stop making excuses overnight, baby. He's been doing this all his life. This is a character trait at this point. A person who has a woe is me mentality, they're not gonna stop that because they married you. They've been doing that all their life. I'm not interested. Let me turn my ringer off. Yeah, they're gonna just be like that. That's who they are, and you are gonna stress yourself out trying to change them when you can just take it or leave. If you meet him and he's in the gym and he's God-fearing and he has his stuff together and financially he's stable and he's on his grind and keep that man, because he's on it. He meets you. But if you meet him and he ain't got no car, he ain't got no job, he ain't got no money, he living with his mama, he don't really care to do nothing much, and that's not what you like, baby, leave him, because it's more than likely, depending on his age, that's not going to change. So don't kid yourself and waste your own time, because you're then devaluing yourself and what you deserve in your own life. We don't have time for that. Not because he's not important. Yes, he's important, but that's his journey. That's his job to do that for himself. And if he's for you on your journey of whatever you're doing, you guys will meet again. So don't even, be patient, be loving. It'll be all right. So, dear phone, stop trying me. If he is not what you need from day one, walk away. Number 10, God has to be the foundation for your relationship and your marriage, or it will fail. This is facts. Facts. Okay? Before I got married, I was in the church. I was praying, I was reading my Bible, I was going to church, I was going to Bible studies, and I asked him if he wouldn't mind being a part of that. And he told me, oh yeah, I go to church all the time with my family every Sunday. It was good, it's fine. And then we got deeper and deeper in our relationship. I realized that he didn't have a relationship with God. He had a routine. Now that's different, okay? You got to be with somebody who has a relationship with the Lord. You cannot be with nobody who don't answer to someone higher than themselves. Okay, that moral compass gonna be a little off. Now my moral compass has been off, baby. Let me tell you, I done done some messed up stuff. I'm not even gonna sit here and flex front or deny. I have done some really messed up stuff that would have made people think, does she even have a moral code? Does she even, who is she? But that's when you have that foundation of God, you know that you can forgive yourself, and you don't have to be worried about if other people forgive you or not, because God has forgiven you. You've taken that to the Lord and you done prayed over it, and you good to go, and you can move forward with your life. If they don't like it, baby, go ahead, but ain't nobody finna guilt me into no corner. That's just that. I made my mistakes, I've made my peace with myself, and I'm loving on myself and forgiving myself. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. That's that. I made my peace with who I hurt, and I done did my work. That's all you can do. But if God is not, I'm scratching. Ooh. If God is not the foundation of your relationship, it will crumble. You have to have that solid foundation. The teachings and the words of the Bible, I know a lot of people do not, especially in this new age. We know everything generation. Y'all don't want to hear that. But truth be told, they may be parables, they may be made up stories, but a lot of times, baby, the Bible is living word. And ain't nothing new under the sun. So I personally believe that I need to have a man who is deeply rooted in Christ.